So this has come in. We want to have a look at it. So if we can start stripping it, we can inspect it as we go in. I also want to go through what we keep and what we don't keep.
And there it is.
That
was warm. It's
still
lovely
warm,
that is.
especially.
Mate, it's retaining all that heat. And that is the other one, the matching one for the back. Right, so what have we got going? What's this place?
So this is where we package all our calipers. Last part of the inspection to make sure we're putting the right caliper into the right box so the customer gets the right product when they order it.
Okay. I cannot get over the scale of this place. It's absolutely huge.
As we said, we'll do 600,000 calipers this year.
I keep noticing these stickers here. So you're using recycled cardboard, right?
No, it's not about recycled. Although we do use recycled cardboard, this is more about what's in the box.
What is in the box? Calipers, isn't it?
The best man to speak to will be Richard.
Right.
Tim.
Okay, nice to meet you. Well, what were you doing? Packing,
I'll
right?
carry on
Yeah,
doing
you
that,
carry on.
Richard,
That's it. There you go. Right, talk to me about what's going on in here then.
Okay, so all our products, very sustainable.
Right.
It's all about the CO2 savings.
Okay, go on, explain that.
So every year, what we remanufacture saves 951 tonnes of CO2 going into the atmosphere.
950, what?
951
But
tonnes
that's
every year.
huge.
Massive numbers, yeah.
That's like
massive
people would
numbers.
dream of those numbers. Right, so hang on, explain how then. How do you do that?
So if we were to cast these new, you've got to dig the material out of the ground.
Sorry, it's that you're. Come on, focus. That's shot. You don't stick it like that. No wonder you don't work in packing. Anyway, carry on.
Yep, so 951 tonnes. If we were to cast these new,
Yeah.
you'd have to dig the material out of the ground, recast them. So by
right.
reusing the castings, we're saving them.
And these ones are here in the UK.
These are straight in the
So
UK.
just thinking about it as well. So there's your 951, but also for people out there that are buying the Chinese ones,
Yep.
they're coming by sea, CO2, manufactured in China, CO2,
Yep.
getting to their door, more CO2.
Absolutely.
So actually, to bring down your CO2 footprint for companies in this country, it makes more sense to use the ones that are being remanufactured in this country and are already existing in this country prior to that.
Yes, yes. So it helps our customers bring down their CO2 emissions and achieve net zero.
That is great.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what's not great is the fact that this chump who's stacking here, have you seen this? Look at the stack, look at that. Honestly.
What's wrong with it?
There's right, come on, he's fired. Should we fire him? Right, you're fired. Thank you. Yeah? Right, come on then. Let's go and do some reassembly. We'll leave you to it. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Right, so this is the bit we've all been waiting for. This is where the world collides. Everything comes together,
Exactly
right?
that.
Assembly. So what are we doing?
So we tapped it all, we spec'd it again, so Matt's putting your caliper back together now.
Okay.
And it'll go down the line as normal.
I'm still struggling to believe that that is the very caliper that I came in
Sure
with.
is, mate. It sure
I mean,
is.
it's OE, it's original. Is that it, Matt? That's it. Okay. All right. It's done. Thanks for coming. All right.
Yeah, and then it's to the vice.
Okay. Yep. So the handbrake lever
Yep.
is going in now. This is an old school handbrake, isn't it?
Yep.
So the interesting thing about back calipers is they have two jobs to do. Front calipers just work on stopping the car at the front, but you don't have a permanent locked-on brake there. You don't sit in the car with your foot on the brake. But the rears do. Your handbrake operates the rear calipers as well mechanically when you put the handbrake up. So that's precisely what this thing is doing here, isn't it? So let's actually put a lock in there. You must get such job satisfaction from working here because there's nothing more rewarding than, you know, somebody delivering something that looks horrible.
And gets to where it is
Yeah,
today.
absolutely, yeah.
And we're saving the planet.
I think exactly, and I think so many people scrap things or overlook things that are dirty, and just need, you know, a good, hard, thorough process to go through. They're not waste, are they? They're not scrap. They just need to be remanufactured.
Lead screwing. Yeah, exactly that.
Right. Okay. In goes the bleed nipple. I know this sounds really weird, but I really want to touch it.
No, you can't touch it.
Not yet. Right.
Okay, so that's the first process done.
Yep.
Now we move on to the second process.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, mate. Right, next one. Right then, next step.
So this is where we put the push rod in, spring and case, make sure the levers engage in the push rod so we know then it'll operate.
Okay. What's that going in?
So just assembly fluid, because obviously we've got a rubber component there going into the hole. Then it goes nice and simply in.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to film, so that you can see this, I'm going to film this on my phone so we can see the precision work that's going. Oh, look at that. So in goes a circlip.
Yeah.
You've done this before, haven't you?
Once or twice.
Right. You can have a look, you can have a close-up on this now because it looks absolutely brand new. It's incredible to think about what it was. Look at this thing now, it looks wonderful. It really does. So, what was that thing that we've just put in there called?
Push rod.
The push rod, right,
Yeah.
okay. Right,
Now
another
we've got
circlip
the last
goes in.
circlip that goes in.
Yeah. Isn't it bizarre to think that that is the same caliper that I turned up with? It's the same thing, but it just looks like it's been completely
Check the operation.
completely remade. Well, it has, but I mean, made from scratch. Let me have a look at that. Look at that. That is wonderful. It's hard, isn't it amazing to think that is the same caliper that I came here with? Exactly the same thing. Right. So now the thing that we're missing is, let me guess it, the piston.
Yeah.
This is it, the final part of the
So
assembly
this
process.
is the final stage of the caliper assembly where we fit the main seal,
Yep.
the piston and the piston boot.
I'm going to film it on the phone so you can see this again. Right, okay.
Again,
so,
piston would have been manufactured by ourselves on
Yep.
the CNC machine that you looked at
oh,
before.
hang on a minute, that is very similar to
Very
the one
similar,
that...
but a slightly different part number, but
Right.
again, exactly the same process what you
amazing.
watched before.
Right, in goes the first piece, here we go.
So this is the main seal going in.
Yeah.
Again, 100% new every time.
That's lovely to see, isn't it? It's such a treat to see. Bear in mind all the way, like what this looked like when it first got it. Okay, so that is the piston.
And the piston boots. Piston
Right.
boots there to protect the internal components and seal and everything for anything getting in there. Again, 100% new.
Should I get a job as a cameraman? I'm doing all right, aren't I? Look at this. Right, okay, so that's now in. Now what do you do next then?
So this is where we wind it all the way down.
Yep.
And then set the piston ready for the
Okay.
customer.
Right, I'll turn that off for a moment. So this is the important bit where it winds onto that weird, what was the thing called inside?
Push rod.
The push rod. So
Yeah.
it winds onto the push rod.
Yeah.
It's now engaged. You can
Yeah.
see
you can
the...
see your boot flattening out.
yeah.
So what we'll do now, it'll be resetting a quarter turn back.
Okay, I will show you that bit. Hang on there, look, have a look at this. That, what's weird about this is, I remember when we started disassembling it, in fact we could cut to a shot, have a look at the right, so that's what it looked like, exactly the same, and look at it now. There's some pride in there, isn't there?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Right.
Still not finished.
Oh, come on, I need to get it.
I know. One process less, which is the testing process.
Really?
Yep. To make sure we built it
Come on then,
correctly.
let's do the testing.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's go.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Gal.
Where's that then, round here?
The last part, the most important part, is the pressure test. Every caliper we make is pressure tested.
Okay.
So that'll be the final part with the operation.
Right,
Right,
Nick.
do you mind testing that for us?
Fantastic. Right, so in it goes.
So now it's going through, first of all it goes to a low pressure test. After 30 seconds then it goes to a high pressure test. For
So this
40
is
seconds.
simulating
This is exactly-
driving, extreme driving.
Exactly, and this is very much an OE specification that we're working to at the moment.
Well, I say extreme driving, it's extreme braking,
Yes,
isn't it? Yeah.
yes.
It's quite the opposite. Yeah. Okay. And what's it doing with air or?
Yeah, yeah. So it's air pressure coming
Wow.
through. Like I say, OE specification test that we use.
Yep.
Everything's 100% inspected and tested every caliper we make.
What's interesting about that is you're testing with air, but it's harder for fluids to leak out than it is air. So if it can sustain it, if it can cope
Exactly,
with air,
exactly.
then it'll have no
Yes.
problem with
And
fluids.
like I say, we've got a low pressure test and a high pressure. So if there's any sort of seeping that will pick up on, and if there's a major failure that will pick up on that
Right,
as well.
okay. But you know, I can see the confidence in your eyes that there's going to be no problem with this.
I'm very happy it'll be fine. Green.
There we
Wonderful.
go.
Thank you.
Right, come on, let me get my hands on it.
Not yet.
Really?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Now what?
I want to show you what your one that you brought in looked like against this.
Let's do it. Oh, now I see what you... Oh, look at this. The
Okay.
before, the after.
Exactly, that's exactly
Right.
what I wanted you to see.
Wow, look at that.
So
That
you've
is
seen that all through the processes today.
I cannot get
So
my head.
from
Look
that
at this thing.
to that.
Isn't that incredible? What a lovely thing to have seen happen. So let's be honest with that. I don't even like touching those.
Okay.
You know, they're covered in brake dust and all sorts of horrible things. But that, I'd eat my tea off that, man. That's absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Thank you.
And what's weird about it, though, is that, like, it's the same thing. But if I went back to 1980, whatever, and grabbed it off the production line and Back to the Futured it, I mean, it's like we've jumped forward in time.
Yeah.
It's brand new in every sense,
Exactly.
isn't it?
And you've watched every process go through today.
Here's a problem, though. One
What's
major
that?
problem.
What's that?
I came in here with two knackers,
Yep.
and I'm leaving with one knacker and a lovely one.
No, you're not. You're leaving with two.
No, but I can't put...
We made one early for you, so we carry some on the shelf, and that's the opposite hand to what you require.
How many have you got on the shelf?
100,000 pieces, different part numbers.
100,000 different calipers.
100,000 different calipers.
So I could have come in here and just gone, hello mate, I'm in a rush. Can you get me? No way, it is as well.
But you wouldn't have seen the process.
Which was the best bit for me.
Exactly.
That is absolutely stunning. Right, final question before I leave with two sparkly, lovely looking calipers for a Cosy. Considering you can turn back the hands of time, can you do it to this?
Unfortunately not. It's a bit like what we did with the Chinese casting earlier on. That's finished, that's done.
Did he actually just say that? What, stick me in the bin?
Yeah.
Cheeky get. Get my head around how much stock you've got in here.
Yeah, so sitting on about 100,000 pieces, different types of part numbers,
so anyone
vehicles.
Can, like if they've got knackered brakes or whatever, they can literally send their old ones in and new ones will go out the same day.
Yes, very much that.
I actually am embarrassed to say that I didn't know you guys were here.
Brake engineering has been going for over 40 years.
Yeah, but like seriously, you guys are clearly world leaders in what you do.
Yeah.
So every set of brakes that I have from now on is coming to you guys.
Thank you very much, appreciate
Thank you for having me, I loved it.